Hey guys, welcome back to Baking with Matisse. For this week's video, I wanted to test out a TikTok recipe that's been going around the internet lately, and that is hot cocoa bombs. In case you haven't heard what these are, hot cocoa bombs are basically spheres of chocolate with hot cocoa mix, marshmallows, and other mix-ins in the middle. With the holiday season right around the corner, I thought these would be the perfect thing to test out, so let's get right into it. To make these hot cocoa bombs, I grabbed some roughly chopped good quality chocolate, some hot cocoa mix, mini marshmallows, and of course a couple of half-sphere silicone molds. I'm also going to be using some hot milk at the end to make the actual hot chocolate. I started by melting down my chocolate just by microwaving it for 30-second intervals, stirring between each one until it was nice and smooth. Then I used that melted chocolate to coat the inside of my molds. I used a little pastry brush to do this, but you could definitely also use a spoon. After letting that set up in the fridge for a couple of hours, I did another coat of chocolate, especially focusing around the edges because I wanted to make sure I got a nice clean edge. Then, after letting that sit in the fridge for a couple of hours, I was finally ready to unmold them. The unmolding process actually went pretty well for me. I just had to be really careful while I turned the mold inside out, and then they just popped out. After I had all of my half spheres out of the mold, I filled half of them with a couple of teaspoons of hot cocoa mix and some marshmallows. Then came the hard part, joining the two halves together. I heated up a plate and pressed one half sphere of chocolate into it to melt the edge before sticking it to the other half that had the cocoa and marshmallows in it. I found that actually heating up both edges helped it stick together a little bit better. Then I used a glove so that I wouldn't leave any fingerprints and dipped my finger in melted chocolate to smooth out the edges. After letting them harden up, they were ready to test. So, here I have my hot cocoa bomb in my mug. I'm going to put it in. And then my hot milk, which I'm going to pour over, which I want you to see it happen. Here we go. Needs a little stir. Ooh. It actually melted pretty easily once I started stirring it. And so now, let's give this a test. It's very chocolatey, but it's not too chocolatey, which I think is surprising because it has all that chocolate around the outside. I thought it might be too much, but it's actually, it just tastes like your normal hot chocolate. I definitely think you could play around a lot with this and add in some crushed up candy canes or some different spices. If you wanted to turn it into a Mexican hot chocolate, you could do that too. The overall process for me wasn't too difficult. I think what made it easier for me was that I did 2 coats and I really focused around the edges, because sometimes I know I saw other people making these, they struggled getting the halves to connect. It was also kind of hard to get a smooth edge around, and you could tell where I joined them, but that didn't bother me too much. I'm not sure if these would be worth making for the everyday person because you have to buy those silicone molds, and it's good, but it kind of just tastes like normal hot chocolate, which you can make without making the fancy sphere. But if you do make these, I think these would be a really great gift to give around the holidays. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed watching me try out these hot chocolate bombs. Be sure to let me know in the comment section what other holiday desserts you want to see me make. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Baking with Matisse if you don't already. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.